This video was brought to you by Squarespace. I recently tried to avoid touching colors in Super Mario 3D World. However, I've been told that I'm colorblind, and maybe that's true. So this time, it's on you. That's right, I streamed this color challenge, and whenever I was unsure of a color, we put a poll up in chat, and that determined what the color was. So if you don't agree this time, then, well, can't blame me, blame the Twitch chat. So let's get started with good old Super Mario 64. We're in the game, we have touched yellow. Everyone, give a salute to yellow. It was nice knowing you. Our first color has been vaporized, which is no surprise at all. Obviously, we were gonna have to touch something to start. But then we make our way to the castle and, would you look at that? We just got hit with reality. Yeah, we're not gonna be avoiding these steps, so. But wait, there's more. Everyone say goodbye to red. Thankfully, the brown door isn't a concern. If Mario's locked into a state where I'm not in control, the colors he touches don't matter. Walking through the castle, carefully avoiding the walls, we make it to the Bob-omb painting room and are left with a choice. Obviously, I'm gonna have to touch one of these colors on screen, but we have options. We could sacrifice blue, white, or black. I decided to take out blue, simply because it's already a common color, and I want to save anything that could last longer. But on to Bob-omb Battlefield. Oh no! Okay, well that's not everyone. I can't be that upset. Green wasn't going to last. But now we've run into a problem. Look at all this brown I have to avoid. What am I supposed to do? I decided to pull off a triple jump wall kick and scrape my way right over the gate to land on some more green. Making my way up the hill, I found more brown and could only do one thing. By triple jumping at this awkward angle, I could ledge grab and pull myself up. But I may have touched brown here. I wasn't sure if this color should be eliminated, so that's when we ran a poll in chat, and they determined that ledge grabbing was safe since we're technically not interacting with that color. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense since wall jumping in that spot would count as a brown touch. So we moved on, and it was time to fight King Bob-omb. He may have taken the first shot, but I won the war. So we got 1 star, and half our colors are gone. Oh boy. I guess we'll jump back in and try again, except, oh, hold on, wait. Look what Mario just landed on. Damn, we're down to 4 colors already. And I also realized that we can't open any of the cannons or we'd have to interact with the pink Bob-ombs. So those are out of the question entirely for the rest of this game. But that's not a problem. We can still raise Koopa the Quick since he's not much trouble at all. I was hoping to do some more stars, but look at all this heckin' dirt. Bob-omb Battlefield? More like Bob-omb Dirt Field. Thankfully, this is Mario 64. We can simply try another level to keep going. Let's check out Peach's slide. That shouldn't be never mind, that's a bit too much pink for my taste. So on to Whomp's Fortress. We carefully dove into the top right corner, and thankfully, we don't lose a color upon entering. However, getting to the top was going to be tricky. The only thing I could stand on were these black and gray steps, so there was only one option. I had to jump kick my way up this hill and dive up top so we can hold on to brown for as long as possible. After an easy Whomp fight and fortress climb, I dove into Cool Mountain. After forgetting that the slide entrance is made of wood, I went back and killed the baby penguin, and then brought it to Mama. We jumped off a whole ass mountain, survived, got a star, and then I had a really stupid idea. Could I get all the red coins in Cool Mountain? Most of them aren't a problem, but there were 2 dilemmas. First, I couldn't use the teleporter to get back up top or take the conveyor thingy, so I had to do this scary jump kick and not mess up. And second, there's a red coin floating over this bridge, which, you know, it's kind of brown and it's a color we still have saved in our inventory, but I had to give it a try anyway. Okay, did I touch it or not? No, we cleared it. It was very, very close, but I managed to avoid the bridge and get the red coin star. The aquarium was the aquarium, and Jolly Roger Bay dropped us into a brown frown. Well, now I'm feeling a little down, but that's fine because we still have enough stars to tackle the first Bowser. Oh no! No! We just pulled off that crazy bridge parkour stunt in Cool Mountain, and here we are, being forced to touch brown anyway. I'll miss you, dear friend. Rest in peace to Brown, man. Brown, you were a trooper, and we'll never forget you. But wait, what color is Bowser anyway? It looks like he has orange dots with bits of yellow, and it was kind of hard to tell. So we ran another poll in the chat, and this poll was close. The results were switching from orange to yellow. Back and forth the poll went. But in the end, dude, this is the closest poll we've had so far. 52% yellow, 48% orange. And thank God too, because we're already down to 3 colors with a lot more stars to go. You might be wondering about the key, and again, the chat voted that it was yellow/gold. I think it's more of an orange color personally, but the collective mind of my chat is taken over, and I'm just playing the video game. But now that brown is buried with the rest of the dirt, we went back to Jolly Roger Bay to grab some stars. You'd actually be surprised how dangerous this level still is, despite its murky presence. The clams are purple, so getting red coins is too risky. The platforms inside the ship are purple, and the box is orange. That was another poll, by the way. I thought it was a yellow box, but the chat voted more towards orange. We did get the cave star though, but that's all that could be done. After getting to the basement, I was disappointed to see that Lethal Lava Land's painting has so much orange that it's way too risky to dive into. So on to Shifting Sandland. Unfortunately, the pillar has a bunch of orange squares on it, so I ended up getting the pyramid star and even managed to snipe Klepto while barely avoiding his orange legs. Inside the pyramid is pretty orange free, so I climbed up top, got the 5 sussy coins, and then made my way to Hazy Maze Cave. Before diving in, we did notice a lot of purple in the murky goo, but is it really purple? When you move the camera around, the light changes and it just looks black and gray. It's hard to say. The poll favored that this wasn't purple, but I was still hesitant. I opted to instead just try to jump towards a section that didn't have purple and called it a day there. There wasn't really much to avoid in Hazy Maze Cave outside of the scuttlebugs and swoopers. We grabbed the funny wall jumping star, the one near Dory, the Reds at Metal Cap's cave, another near some boulders, and even the toxic maze. Which, yes, it could be done since I could safely stand on the yellow and black portion of this lift without touching orange even once. After grabbing Mips, we removed the water from the castle, and I frankly still have no idea where the water goes still. Does anyone know where it went? So we grabbed the Vanish Cap Reds, the Wing Cap Reds, and went back to Bob-Omb Battlefield. Since brown has been removed for quite some time, there were some stars we could finally collect now. These include freeing the Chomp from jail, and the wonkiest 100 red coins since we couldn't use the cannons. Womp's Fortress opened up more too, and I knocked out the funny wall jump star, did Owlless with the owl, did Cannonless without the cannon, and we even did 100 red coins, so every star in Womp's Fortress was done. I'm honestly shocked we're still in Mario 64. I would have assumed we would have lost our 3 colors like ages ago. After getting a free Toad Star, we had enough to make our way to Dire Docks. When getting to the ship, it looked kind of purple to me, but the chat voted that it looked more gray/blue. So with that, we could move on to Bowser in the Fire Sea, and I'm not gonna lie, I was worried. It seems like we'd have to touch orange at some point, just because it's a lava-themed level. But wait, what about these platforms? This is another one that's very close to being purple or blue, and the chat decided my fate. Shockingly, blue won the poll by 52%, one of our closest battles yet. But we weren't done yet, as we ran into yet another platform. The poll this time voted purple, which meant that I'd have to somehow avoid these 3 platforms. This wasn't much of a problem until the end, since the jump I had to make was pretty huge. But that's when this happened. I think the triple jump is our best bet. Oh, we cleared it! Cleared! Touchdown! Oh my god, we actually got across. All right. Purple, congratulations! You just scored the winning game. We weren't tackled. You are safe! Our last obstacle is this final bridge, which has a lot of brown, but this is easy to clear with a simple triple jump dive. The second Bowser was a piece of cake, and good lord, how are we still going? And somehow, we've retained our 3 colors this whole time. Like, how much longer is our luck gonna last? Well, we should find out soon enough. We went back into Dire Docks and did some chest touching and headed towards Big Boo's haunt. Once again, we approached a floor that looks suspiciously purple, so it was up to chat to decide the color. But shockingly, they voted for gray, so I guess we're safe for now. So I pounded some boos, pounded more boos in the merry-go-round, totally went through the library, pounded another boo in the big balcony, and finally made an eyeball go blind. It was quite a day. After that, I headed back to Cool Mountain to race the slide, race the penguin on said slide, and raced a sentient snowball. Look at that, 40 stars. Why am I getting this false sense of hope that we could actually beat the game? No, that's not gonna happen, right? Going upstairs is going to be interesting, and it got a little scary going into Wet Dry World. Right away, there's a bunch of objects we can't break. The Skeeters, these boxes, the Switch, Chuck Ya, and the star boxes are all orange and purple. purple, which prevents us from doing most of the stars here. Thankfully, we can still head into the town and go invisible for a star, but there's not many options beyond that. Even red coins are blocked because coins are trapped in the orange boxes. But I had one idea. Maybe I could activate the 5 secrets. 3 of these secrets are in orange boxes, but I already know the secrets technically aren't inside them, so I could potentially activate the secrets without touching the boxes. The first one on the ground wasn't too hard since I just needed to carefully wall jump right underneath it. This next one up above was gonna be a lot harder since I have almost no room to jump, but after fiddling around, I figured this out. Hold on, I have an idea. What if I did this? Oh! Oh my god, that actually worked! And finally, this last box was the toughest. It seems like the trigger for the secret is much closer to the actual box. It took a while, but I figured out that jumping as close as possible would activate the secret, meaning we can actually get all 5 secrets without touching any orange. So hey, let's celebrate by getting a free Toad Star and checking out Tall Tall Mountain. It's my favorite star, Squarespace. This is the best and most powerful place to create the slickest websites. New to Squarespace is the Fluid Engine, a next-generation design system that makes it even easier to make a website. There's also Squarespace extensions that connect your store to vetted third-party tools to extend functionality, and the analytics page makes it easy to see who's visiting your site and where people are coming from. I've updated my site this year and added a small blogging section, where I'll write a bit about any specific game I've played recently. This month, I've written about Balatro. So with that, go to squarespace.com/Nathaniel to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The link is in the description. While the ground is very bright, the chat determined this was a very light brown, which honestly, yeah, this is definitely not orange. So I jumped off a fly guy to get to the shrooms, skipped the slide because that, climbed an entire mountain, climbed it again to grab Baby Donkey Kong from Yoshi's Island DS, that's totally who this is, and valiantly swam up a waterfall. And despite that, we still have our same 3 colors, so on to Tiny Huge Island. I forgot this orange box was up here, and the Wiggler fight was also going to be out of the equation. So instead, we punched some beak plants, found some secrets in unusual spots, and stole red coins from this cave. That was about all we could do though, as everything else would make us lose orange. So Snowman's Land was next, and there's not much to say since it's a snow level. The wall itself looked kind of orange, but I just jumped into the more yellowy area. We gave this bully frostbite, solid snaked our way around the blowing snow dude, gave ourselves frostbite, and took over the igloo's only power source. And that was all we could do, but we're at 56 stars. It actually seems feasible that we could get to 70 stars and actually beat the game. But then comes Tick-Tock Clock. We determined that the clock numbers are orange, so I avoided that by simply crawling into the stage. Ha! I'm so smart, aren't I? Except that oh no. If I may for a moment. Orange was a color of pure strength and courage, and he will never be forgotten. The only good news is we can break most boxes now, and we could get a lot of stars here. That includes the one inside a cage, another hiding from the pendulum swings, and some reds. After forcing a star out of this toad, we might as well check out Rainbow Ride. I can't imagine we'll make much progress here, but I don't think that matters. We swung on a swing and headed to Tricky Triangles, realizing that it was in fact tricky, and that's because this switch is still purple, so there's no easy way up here. I even tried to climb up these green rods just to be funny until I realized there's no collision, so what the heck. But no problem, we could grab the red tier as long as we don't touch the wall behind us, then we're all good. I considered riding the carpets until realizing that the carpet sinks down into the rainbow, but that's okay. We can go back and break a bunch of orange boxes now. Heading on over to Wet Dry World, we broke 2 boxes for stars and another box in Tiny Huge Island. And wait, hold on, we can get MIPS again and even go into Lethal Lava Land now. This is crazy, oh my god. But wait. Does this floor count as pink? The chat said this wasn't pink, surprisingly, but I still tried to avoid these tiles as they looked a lot more pink. So I flew over a wall, collected some reds, pushed a bully into a fiery death, and climbed into a volcano. And would you look at that, we have 70 freaking stars! We are 1 level away from beating this entire game without touching every single color. Can this actually be done, or will we get bamboozled at the last second? Let's find out. We started running through gray, yellow, blue, black. It was every color but our last two survivors. The only color we had to worry about was this pink arrow, but then we made it up top. Bowser is here in the flesh in the usual rainbow color scheme, but his tail has no pink or purple. So that means after 1, 2, 3 bomb hits, we actually beat Mario 64 without touching every color. This is genuinely a miracle. I can't believe it. Despite all odds, we somehow had 2 color survivals that made it through the massacre of all of its other comrades. Mario, stay away. Don't do it. No! I just want to do that for fun. Anyway, let's move on to Mario Sunshine. Say goodbye to white, say goodbye to gray. 2 colors gone in 1 second, and it's not even the most common ones. Already we're off to a rocky start. But after getting Flood and taking out the gooey plant man, we had to sacrifice so we can collect stars. After that, we destroyed another gooey plant and chased down the real Mario. But before that, Mario spawned on this tile. I didn't think we'd lose blue to a freaking tile on the ground since we're surrounded by like a gajillion gallons of water, but that's how life goes sometimes. Moving into Bianco Hills, we land on... Damn, these colors are falling like flies. How much longer can we go on like this? Well, Bianco Hills was gonna prove to be a challenge. The main culprits were green and brown, especially brown. But thanks to these tight ropes and Flood, I was able to avoid all these colors without much trouble. It's pretty incredible how versatile the Flood pack is. I took out the plant and kept all our colors alive. On to the next shine, we managed to squeeze our way around the colors up until the very end. Yeah, this platform has one of our colors. Maybe I could have wall jumped up instead, but the roof is also brown, so I was out of luck no matter what I did. Taking on the plant fight, I realized I had to squish them. Damn, 3 colors left. You know, I'm kind of surprised that black has lasted this long, but it seems like purple and pink are once again gonna pull us through the rest of the game. Hopefully. Going to our first secret level, I was thinking that these blocks were pink. So after running the poll, the chat says this is brown. I was reluctant to agree, but the chat insisted that it was more of a beige color. Okay. So I carried on, avoided the purple on these stars, and collected the shine. Next, we collected some red coins, and we're getting ready to wake Petey up from his nap. But unfortunately, to do that, we have to grab these pig dudes, and yep, purple and black. These are the last 2 colors to endure. How much longer will they be able to stick around? Only time will tell. Lucky for them, they survived this next shine and even made it through the other secret area in Shadow Mario. In case you're wondering, yes, we avoided the dirty water by hovering above it and triggering the cutscene, letting us keep the color. Since this is Mario Sunshine, we have to play the first 7 shines in each level, so I don't have a way to skip any of these shines. After clearing out this goo and not touching any of it, we've made it to Rico Harbor. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked we're still playing at all. I had to take a more scenic route to reach the blooper, but I shockingly didn't have to touch any colors. And I mean this genuinely. We were so close to losing purple or black here. The ground has a bunch of tiles, all colored white, purple, and black. The only way this blooper fight can be done is to very carefully pull on his mouth and walk back onto the white square. At this point, we walked far enough away and attacked a blooper. Look at this, we are quite literally a footstep away from touching purple and black, and it's technically possible to beat them and save our colors. I don't know how, but we can keep trucking along. We hopped on a blooper, getting ready to race until... Oh no! No! Oh, I think we're gonna touch black. Can I jump it? Well, there's not much I can do about that. Someone suggested that I could potentially swim underneath and enter, but I'd still end up hitting the black goo. So all that's left is purple, the final dawn of the final color. Can it somehow outlast the others and be enough to defeat Bowser at the end? Will purple triumph and prove us all that it's a color among men? Well, so far so good. We managed to finish this solo race on the bloopers, climbed up some girders, ran across mystical spinning wood, beat up Blooper's cousin, grabbed some reds, and caught Shadow Mario. By some odds, we've made it through another 7 shines in Rico Harbor, meaning that we can move on to Gelato Beach. But after jumping across sand, flipping off Cataquacks, flipping off a Wiggler, riding a sandbird, racing a dude, swimming through coral, and catching Shadow Mario, purple proves to still be the MVP. I was a bit concerned about Pinna Park, but honestly, there's not much to report here. All 7 shines could be collected, with very little purple to avoid at all. I mean, sure, this Ferris wheel has purple, but you just jump on top of the rise and it doesn't matter. So we're somehow 29 shines in and still cooking. So Noki Bay was up next. The first episode freaked me out seeing as all the water is purple, but we have no reason to ever touch it. By carefully jumping on these seashell platforms, we made our way up top, threw some bombs at a mole, and got shine number 30. The next one was just climbing up a wall and fighting a blooper. Again, dude, I always forget you have to fight this boss like 10 times in this game. So next is jumping into a bottle and getting some red coins. Okay. Oh no! All right, chat. Is that purple? Because that's looking pretty damn purple to me. And for once, the chat agreed with me. This was indeed purple, so I grabbed every red coin and saved this one for last. Maybe I could somehow snipe it without touching the marble? This kind of worked in Mario 64. Maybe the hitboxes are generous in this game. But after fiddling around and slowly approaching this coin, it was clearly impossible for me to avoid touching the purple. So you know what that means. Mario Sunshine has officially stopped at 31 shines. Now, of course, I didn't actually think we'd get through the whole game, but we definitely got a lot farther than I was expecting.
Super Mario Galaxy!
And now for our final game, Super Mario Galaxy. This is the one I'm the least confident in. I'm not even sure we're going to get through the tutorial, to be honest. There's colorful flowers everywhere, the star bits are half the colors on our list. Yeah, we are totally and utterly screwed. But hey, let's see how it goes. We immediately lose white and gray at the same time, and look at this scene. I can see almost every color in the first frame. This is beyond terrifying. And I almost missed that these tiles added little black chunks. After the cutscene passed, I had to make a choice. Only brown and green were on the horizon, so which one did I sacrifice for the greater good? I kind of figured that we might hold on to brown for longer, so I decided to keep it. After carefully jumping around the castle, we trigger another cutscene and Mario wakes up in a beautiful flock of flowers. Ah, so peaceful, so pretty. Of course there's yellow in these flowers. That's it for yellow. Oh my god, and dude, look at that. And blue. Chasing the bunny was an interesting experience, having to, run around purple flowers and whatnot. But then, of course, we got locked into an in-game cutscene in which you'll look at that. Guys, we have 4 colors left and we're still in the tutorial. And now we have to touch brown or we can't catch the bunnies. Sorry, 3 colors left. After the absolute devastation of our color army, at least getting the bunnies was fairly safe. After reaching Rosalina, I realized that the star launcher is orange. Dude, what a disaster. Can red and pink somehow pull through for the rest of the game? Well, by some stretch of a miracle, we got the Grand Star and kept our 2 remaining colors, the true titans of Super Mario Galaxy, red the Alpha and pink the Omega. Once getting into Good A Galaxy, I found some tiles that looked kind of red, but the chat voted that it was more brown, so it wasn't that big a deal. But I don't think the chat can argue that this Piranha Plant is brown. That is definitely... So now, we're down to 1 color. Of all 3 games, pink has really stood the test of time as one of the most resilient colors on the planet. In fact, I was able to get through Dino Piranha and nab myself another star. We just need 1 more to be able to explore other galaxies. And next up was a snack of cosmic proportions. The idea here is that the game is going to introduce us to the pink Lumas. Feeding this guy gives us a launch star to move forward, and... Oh no, that is a very, very pink star launcher. My friends, this is the end. There are no other paths we can take or other galaxies to go to. So with that, this challenge is officially over. So out of all 3 games, we managed to actually beat Mario 64 with purple and pink left, got 31 shines in Mario Sunshine, and 2 stars in Mario Galaxy. This kind of makes me wonder, how would the other 3D Mario games go, like Galaxy 2, Mario 3D Land, Mario Odyssey, Mario 64 DS even, Bowser's Fury? Well, maybe at some point we'll figure that out. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'm just gonna hover shoe just for fun. No one knows this, but I actually do this all the time. So I was like, let's do it for a video. I thought that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if it's cool. I don't think anyone actually thinks this is cool. I just like doing this. Okay? So bye.